In the pursuit of our goals will ask that we change, that we develop into the person necessary to sustain what it is we want. Very often, the things we want, if given to us prematurely, would cause us an innumerable amount of pain and likely the people next to us. There are 3 phases to momentum. Anytime we're bringing change to any area of our life, there are 3 phases we go through. The first phase is the creating momentum phase. Anybody know the formula for momentum? Focus plus intensity over time equals big mo, equals momentum. And there are 3 phases, and it's worth acknowledging and understanding this because there are pitfalls to them, and if you don't understand them and know how to navigate them, you'll get stuck, and I see people do this all the time. The first phase is creating momentum. For those of us who go to the gym year-round, the month of January is not a fun month to be in the gym. Why? Because there is a lot of people in there with good intentions. Why? By the end of January, 80% of people have already given up on their goals. 80%! This is why change is such a slow thing within the human condition. Right? There's an old saying in the Old Testament, it took 40 days for God to get Israel out of Egypt, but it took 40 years to get Egypt out of Israel. Meaning a whole generation had to pass before they could see the world differently. And if you've studied human history, this is a condition that continues.
Yeah.
Generations have to pass for real change to happen because we get so stuck in our ways. Creating momentum is painful. This process is painful, which is why I want to talk about it. Okay, so when you're in the creating momentum phase, you just started going to the gym. You committed to the process. This is also why, if you want to write this somewhere on your page, follow your effort, not your passion. Especially in this phase. Follow your effort, not your passion. Here's why. You haven't been to the gym in 3 years. Go to the doctor goes, yo, you're gonna die. So you don't start taking care of your body. You're like, well, I really don't do the gym thing. Well, you better start learning how to do the gym thing or things aren't gonna go well. You don't look good, not healthy. All right, so you decided to go to the gym. Get yourself a trainer. You excited to be there? Probably not. You getting a little anxious maybe getting in the gym? Probably, especially if you've never done it before or haven't been in a long time. Start paying attention to that anxiety and your psychology goes, yeah, I just don't know if I'm a gym guy. It's not my DNA. I'm not meant to be healthy. I'm listening to my heart right now and my heart is telling me this isn't for me. You laugh, I'm not joking. This is the shit that people do to themselves. What is your body screaming? Well, your neurochemistry is trying to explain, yo, you're trying to change and that may not be a good thing, which is to let you know new neural pathways are being created. Now, you get to acknowledge whether you want to do that or not, but you may receive that as an anxiousness. You may also receive it as anger. I don't want to go to the gym. You may even get depressed when you're starting to push weight and you're like, fuck, I can't even do 50 pounds. All of this emotion is screaming at you. And it can tell you to stop. And a lot of people listen to it. Why? Because they're in the creating momentum phase. When you're in the creating momentum phase, a characteristic of it is you will feel grossly overworked and underpaid. It's key. You need to understand this. Because this is why most people don't ever succeed. They get stuck right here. So you go to the gym. You make it through your first workout. It sucks. It was horrible. You don't feel any better. You go home. Do you look any better? No. No, you do not. You look in the mirror and you're like, fuck, no lines. Does it get better from there? No, because your trainer goes, yo, tonight, a fist of chicken. You're like, fist of chicken, what the fuck? 2 pieces of broccoli. Okay, and then the donuts, right? The donuts? Oh, no donut. Wait, I just worked my ass off. Yeah, let's get going. So not only did the workout not make you look any better, you don't feel any better, and you don't get to satisfy yourself with something that's gonna make you emotionally feel better. I'm just listening to my heart right now. I really don't think this is for me. This is just really tough. How often do we do this shit? It gets worse though. You get up the next morning. You feel better? No, you're like, fucking hell. What did oh, no, you feel worse. What does your body do? You know what? Let's just chill out. This is, you don't have to work this hard. There's another way. Have you heard of Ozempic? It's gonna change your life. Right? All these stories that keep telling us there's easier ways, there's better ways. Why? Because you're in the creating momentum phase and it sucks. You feel grossly overworked and underpaid. No doubt, this is where most people quit. Worse, you went home to your family and you said, I'm grossly underpaid and overworked. What are they gonna tell you? Quit! What are you doing? Who would fault you? Unless your friends and family are high performers that are kicking ass and they're gonna tell you get your ass back in the gym. But for the most part, what are we gonna hear? Oh, no, you don't need to do this. You're like, yes, that's what I thought. I don't need to do this. Why am I even doing this? Next year, nothing changes. Go to the doctor. Hey, if you don't change, you're gonna die. Fuck! And you're 1 year older. Creating momentum sucks. It sucks. Which is why you don't ever wanna go back there. Once you get through it, protect it. Phase 1, creating momentum. Some of you are like, please get on to phase 2, please. Get me through this. Now, how do you get through it? You follow your effort, not your passion. We know the end of this story. 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in, you start going to the gym. What do you start to feel? Better. You may walk by a mirror and go, oh damn, there's a little line, right? That's a little line. Got a little bit more energy. You do this for 90 days, you start to look a lot better, you get a lot better energy. People are telling you, yo, you look great. You're like, thank you. Now what happens? Now you'll start to feel anxious and depressed if what? You don't go to the gym. Oh, weird. We know people like this. And suddenly you're finding passion for what you're doing, right? Oh, what if I'm getting this result? What if I took some supplements? What if I really got my diet lined up? What if I did this? What if I did that? Now there's passion. Weird. What happened? You moved into phase 2, maintaining momentum. Now you're starting to see a result. And as you get that result, you feel better. And the world begins to affirm you. There are some nasty pitfalls with maintaining momentum, however. People are telling you, you look great. Lost all this weight. Thank you. You hit your goals. You're as strong as you want to be. The workouts you did got you to a certain point, but what happens? You begin to plateau. Man, these workouts, I don't know. I'm not growing at the rate I was. I'm not getting as strong as I was. I'm not losing as much weight as I was. I also, to be honest, I think I look pretty good. Everybody tells me I look good. Yeah, fair enough. So you decide to have a donut. Fucking hell, I deserve a donut. Yeah, you deserve one. Anything change? Does your body look worse? No. You're like, hey, that wasn't too bad. I had a donut and the fucking world didn't fall apart. Well, shit. Maybe I'll have a donut tomorrow. 2 donuts. Anything gonna look worse? No, why? Because you got momentum. And when you have momentum, you look better than you really are. So now you begin to lie to yourself. You're like, fuck it, I don't know what happened to my DNA, but I think I'm gonna have donuts now. It's not gonna change anything. Yeah, no, I have donuts. I'm a donut guy. Yeah, I used to work out, but this body, all donuts. Wow. See, it took you a while to build momentum, and it will generally take you a while to lose momentum. And this is the insidiousness of the whole thing. Because you'll begin to lie to yourself and think you're continuing to do the things that got you there when you're not. And by the time you realize it, you're back where? In the creating momentum phase, fucking hell, and it sucks. So what do most people do there? Quit. Worse, their family, their friends are like, oh, just quit. Yeah, I'm just gonna quit. Why? Because we didn't learn how to maintain momentum. Maintaining momentum means that we have systems and discipline and habits and routines that continue to sustain our life. Because here's the deal, success isn't a diet, it isn't a fad, it is a lifestyle. It is a way you show up in the world. And when it becomes an integrated part of who you are, you no longer have to think about it. You just do it. That's how you know you're winning. Because you don't think about it anymore. And you're not even really doing it for any end, you're doing it because that's who you are. Y'all feeling me right now? This is the integration of the work. And as you begin to maintain momentum, not over months, not over years, but over decades, it takes on a life of its own. And then you move into advancing momentum. In the advancing momentum, you're going to feel grossly overpaid and underworked. To get to the advancing momentum phase means you paid the price dearly for a long time. And when you finally get there, you get to reap the reward of that effort. Which is why when I see people enjoy immense success, I do nothing but respect and honor their success. Because I know there was a tremendous amount of sacrifice and discipline that went into getting them there. The worst thing you could do is tell yourself some bullshit story about how they got lucky, or it's all privilege, or they inherited it all. Why am I saying that? Because those are stories. I'm on fucking TikTok all the time now. Shit's running rampant. People want to believe success was privilege and accident and wealth, sacrifice, discipline, hard work. 3 phases to momentum. Remember this, because you don't want to go back to creating momentum many times. It sucks. When you get to the next level of the game, the hardest your business will ever be is when you have 5 or less people in it. It is literally the worst. You do not want to be there. When people are in that phase, I want to pleasantly remind them, remember this pain so that you make sure it never happens again. You don't really see people tap out on top. By the way, if I ever quit, I'm gonna quit on top, never on the bottom. What's the problem with quitters? They always fucking quit. You get in the habit of quitting on the bottom, you're gonna be quitting on the bottom a lot. If I'm going out in a blaze of glory on the top. Adios, bitches. Quitting is a habit. And most of the time when I see people quit, I don't see people quit after getting promoting owner of the year or banking $1 million. That's not usually the shit. It's, you don't know what I've been through this year, this campaign, this city, the recruiting, the economy, COVID. Yeah, As if we all don't have those fucking problems. Hey, here's worth writing down. Successful people don't have different problems, they have different fucking solutions. That's worth understanding. Successful people don't have different problems. They had different answers. They chose a different path, which is why, fundamentally, I highly suggest you get advice from people who are where you want to be. Why did you do that differently? Why didn't you quit? Because for the most part, the most successful people became successful at least twice, right? They had their first run at success, and then usually they thought they were better than they really were, and fuck all, lost it all, and then took the skill sets they learned and rebuilt it the second time and sustained it. Seems to be a rite of passage. But it's understanding that process and then making sure you're not repeating the same failures over and over again. That's self-awareness. Otherwise, we're just the fly hitting the window. This time, this time, this time. If you look around your windowsills, a lot of dead flies. It means there's a lack of awareness. Don't think you're better than you really are. Generally, I would say, don't listen to the praise or the negativity too much. The more successful you become, the more you're gonna get more of both. You're gonna have haters, and you're gonna have people that think you can do no wrong. I wouldn't really listen to either group. One, you can do wrong. The haters are probably over-exaggerating, because they're, well, haters. In the pursuit of our goals will ask that we change, that we develop into the person necessary to sustain what it is we want. Very often, the things we want, if given to us prematurely, would cause us an innumerable amount of pain and likely the people next to us. It is in the pursuit of the goals that we become the person necessary to steward what it is we want. Some of you, I just lost some of you, let me explain it this way. How many people who win the lottery keep it? Very few. I've mentioned this before, but there's a dude who wrote a book that run more like a country music song. That was like, I want my life back, I want my car back, I want my truck back, I want my family back, I want my dog back. He won, I think, $65 million. Within 5 years, he was bankrupt, being indicted, and had lost his entire family. How the fuck does that happen? Well, because wealth is not a possession, it is a mindset. And if you do not have a wealthy mind, no amount of physical matter is going to change that. In fact, it will very much wreck you. Because money exposes what you are, it does not make you what you are. When you have no restrictions and you have more freedom, everything you are comes out. The process of becoming the person necessary to steward the things we want is part of the loving process. It is absolutely necessary. And when you do that, you fall in love with the journey. We're in an infinite game. The only real tap out is when we leave the meat suit. And if you start looking at it that way, then you stop paying attention to any one destination and more about the person you're becoming on the journey, which is the most valuable part. I don't know that anyone wants to lose $1 million, but entrepreneurs it's far more palatable because they know how to make $1 million. Every time we have a horrible recession or the depression, people kill themselves, and it's fucking horrible. But then if you look back and see what was going on with them, you're like, well, fuck. If I had a pension that I had invested in for the last 30 years, with time energy converted by labor, and the only way I knew how to make that money was 30 years of labor, and it went away overnight, that's horrific. Because the only thing I know to do is I don't have another 30 years. I can't make this back in 30 years. There's a desperation that comes with it. If you understand how to make money because you become the character of person, the mentality of person, the skills of person to do it, you're not stoked about losing $1 million, but know you can turn around and do it again. Do you see the difference? This is important. And this is why we want to put more value on the person we become in the process than any one destination. There isn't any one thing that I've accomplished in this lifetime, any moment of time, that has been more important to me than the human that I've continually evolved into.